Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you my gouache travel palette setup. So I ordered this watercolour travel sized palette online from Eckersley's and went ahead and decorated it with some Posca pens to make it very witchy and pretty. It fits 12 half pens that I'm going to fill with gouache, but I only bought 10. The gouache that I will be using is Art Spectrum. It's a great high quality Australian made gouache and I've only recently got it, so I'm still learning how to use it and getting used to the consistency and textures of it. I really love working with this gouache. It has some amazing colours in the range and it's just really striking on the page. As I said before, I only ordered 10 half pans online because they came in bulk, so I'm just gonna try and decide on a palette for this. I didn't really have anything in mind before I pulled everything out, so I'm just kind of playing around with what I think I might use when I want to travel. Obviously during COVID nobody's really going anywhere, but I do like to spend my weekends down at my local park near the water, sketching and painting what I see, and also just practicing some illustrations outside just to get out of the apartment and get some fresh air. So I've chosen a range of colours that I think are going to be the most useful when I'm out and about doing any gouache work. I can mix a lot of my favourite colours from these that I tend to use in my illustrations. So I went ahead and started filling these pans with paint right up to the top. Some of them come out a little thick, as you'll see later, so I had to use a palette knife to kind of spread them in to the crevices and really fill those pans right up. So I will stop talking now for a little bit and let you enjoy the rest of this video. So this burnt sienna colour, which I absolutely love, for some reason is a lot thicker and kind of a different consistency to the rest of the gouache in this set that I have. So all I had to do was just add a little few drops of water and then mix it with a small palette knife and get it to the consistency of the other paints so that it really fills the pan up properly. This ultramarine from Art Spectrum is my favourite colour. It's my favourite gouache paint that I have, and I absolutely love using it in illustrations, just straight out of the tube with a tiny bit of water. It was a bit thick, so as you can see here, I started to mix it into the pans like I did for the burnt sienna, except I lost concentration for just a split second while checking my camera screen, and as you'll see, it started to spill over the edge and I had to scrape it back in. So things can get a bit messy sometimes. I was trying so careful to be clean, so oops. So these metallic gouaches are from Rowney. I only picked these up about a week or two ago for my birthday and I'm still learning how to use them. They kind of behave a little bit differently, and I guess that's because of the pearlization of the metallic in the paint. But I'm really loving experimenting with these, so I decided to add the silver and the gold rather than include the bronze, as I feel like I could do a little bit more with those if I wanted to add to an illustration while I was out. So once I had all of the paints in the little pans, I went ahead and kind of just experimented with the layout, trying to work out where I wanted them in the pan once I would clip them in. In the end, I decided to go for a warm side and a cool side, and I'm not sure quite why, but it ended up that both the metallics were in the middle of those rows. Since I've only got 10 pans, I will at some point go ahead and buy some more, and I'll probably fill the last 2 spots in this palette with 2 kinds of greens rather than having to mix them all the time. But for now, I feel like this set is a really solid basis to basically mix whatever colours I might need, warm or cool, while out and about. In hindsight, I probably would have let these pans sit out for a little while just to start drying on the top before I put them in. As you can see, I got quite a bit of the ultramarine on my fingers because the paint was so loose because of all the water I added. In the end though, I'm pretty happy with this colour selection, and now it is ready to be used on the weekend. It's supposed to be quite warm here in Sydney on the weekend, so I'm planning on going for a picnic to do a sketch session by the water in the park. So this is a travel kit I put together for the weekend. It includes the palette, an eraser and some pencils, some pens. I typically have double ups of the ones I use, so I include a Posca pen and a fine liner, my favourite paintbrushes and a water brush pen. I don't tend to use the brush pen so much because I don't find it particularly useful, but this is my essentials for when I'm on the go. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little session of building a travel-sized paint palette. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will be bringing more art videos in the future, so thanks for watching.